busy week for the Growing Deer team as we put up a new blind and Cable opens up season in Indiana with a big score.
Growing Deer TV is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops, also by Ricotics, Trophy Rock, Muddy Outdoors, Non-Typical Wildlife Solution, Eagle Seed, Nikon, Winchester, Redneck Hunting Blind, Dead Downwind, Record Rack, Antler Dirt, Lacrosse Footwear, Set Master, Blood Sport Arrows, and Prime Bows by G5.
About right here. We've shared in past episodes how we pick locations and put up redneck blinds here at the Proving Grounds. Sometimes we put the blinds up overlooking bedding areas or hillsides that's best for gun hunting. Those areas allow us to cover a lot of land, perfect for rifle hunting. Safety's off. He's down. Oh, he's down. There are other areas on the farm that are just as tough to hunt, but the factor is not the distance, it's actually slope of the land or small trees. Raleigh's field is on top of a ridge that's covered with trees about 4 to 6 inches in diameter. You might be asking why we don't use a ground blind, but the field has about a 35-foot dip almost in the middle of it. There was nowhere we could put a ground blind given the slope of that field and see much past bow range. We were struggling to find a method to hunt that field that would give us visibility to the whole field, but not put us in a bad position. The answer was a 15-foot tall redneck blind. We've had success in the past at putting up redneck blinds and the deer adapting to them within a week or two. So I wasn't concerned about putting the blind up right in the middle of bow season. It's a perfect view from this 15-foot redneck blind. We can clearly see all the field, even down the dip. We put this blind on the very east side of the field, which is the way the road comes to the field. So any kind of south, west, or north wind, we can get in here undetected. It's a 6-foot by 6-foot blind with great windows, so I can bow hunt out of it, or my family and I can gun hunt out of it, even with the cameraman in the blind. I suspect we'll be showing you hunts out of that blind at Raleigh's field within the next couple of weeks. Cable had done some pre-season work and had a tree stand and a ground blind up at a couple of his properties in Indiana. Archery season in Indiana opens October 1st, and it didn't take Cable and his son Alec long before they were in the action. During their first morning hunt, Cable graciously allowed his son to be the hunter as Cable ran the camera. They set up on a couple of red oak trees. If it happens to be a year where white oaks don't make any acorns, deer will start using those red oaks, even though they're a little bit more bitter, as soon as they start to fall.
Got it. Think we got her. That was a shot a little low. It looked good to me. I'm just running the camera, so I don't know really what the heck happens.
Alec had a great start to his 2013 season, and that afternoon it was his father's turn, Cable, to have the bow in his hand. Cable was hunting a cornfield where half of it had been mowed, and that's a legal practice in Indiana. He'd actually built a blind and used a lot of corn shucks to cover the blind so it blended in perfectly.
I just reviewed the footage of the doe I just shot. It's definitely a liver shot, maybe quarter long, not sure. Not the best shot, but I'm sure I'll be able to recover that deer. We're gonna sit tight, rain's about done. I just looked at the radar, so hopefully we'll get some more to come out.
So, we're getting ready to go out. See what we got. No prime did its job tonight. That's 2 deer.
Well, folks, this is arrow number 2. Looks like my broadhead's inside of her. Marginal shot right here, but here she lays. She's about 100 yards from the blind, and the T3 did a heck of a job on her. The second doe I shot, she went 70 yards. Looks like a right in the shoulder shot right there, like a good heart shot.
Cable added to their freezer as he took 2 does on the first afternoon hunt. While Cable and Alec were having fun, AJ and I took a short ride over to southwestern Missouri and worked with the Dibble family on their farm.
Here's what it is.
We'd received maps from the Dibble family and studied them, so when we got there, we were ready to roll, look at the property, do some ground truthing, and then come home and write a management plan to best fit their goals and objectives.
And are you, just so we know, are you opposed to creating some small, not feeding, but smaller hunting food plots up here? Are you are you opposed to?
They were blessed that their property had several 5 to 10 acre large fescue pastures, and they don't have any cattle anymore, so we can convert them to large feeding plots, use a series of small hidey-ho food plots to attract the deer as a staging area before they move into those larger feeding plots, and totally change the hunting on that property.
And it doesn't take but about a 1 foot tall, 6 inch tall fire in growing season to kill this tree.
This property has a good mixture of very mature timber and some young thick stuff that serves well as bedding areas and sanctuaries.
You burn in a dormant season, you'll never kill this tree. It may have 50 sun sprouts coming out over time, but you're not going to kill the tree.
It's more than just figuring out what to plant or looking at a soil test. It's looking at the overall lay of the land and knowing how deer will use that topography and being able to position the hidey-ho food plots and the stands and everything else, and even the approach from their lodge to the hunting areas that will greatly increase their satisfaction and hunting success.
Absolutely.
And from what we've gathered, a lot of the deer are bedding kind of on that ridge over there. It's pretty thick.
Or walk all the way down to the goat hill, which is where the food plots are, or down the power line.
And that one of the problems is that the main run, it cuts right through the middle of everything, and it's gravel, it's loud,
And it
you can't
winds
really
around,
sneak
so you pretty
around.
much cover the entire property coming in on the main.
We're taking a couple of weeks and played a what-if game to figure out the best way to manage their property given their resources and their goals and objectives. We shared with you about this soybean food plot during the first week of July. The temperatures were high and we were experiencing a drought, and we talked about the stress that can be caused when the sun reaches down to the ground because there's not enough canopy to shade the soil. I really thought the beans would either fail or not produce anything due to that amount of stress. We received just a little bit of rain during the last July, 1st of August, and you can see what happened. Not only have the beans recovered and made a full canopy and provided a lot of forage, they fed the deer herd throughout the whole growing season. What's even more impressive, surviving the drought and all that heat and providing 4-H all summer is the huge amount of pods that it's made and filled out. Even though we're in October, the leaves are still lush, they're still getting browse pressure, the pods have filled out and they'll be here all winter, providing a food source almost year-round from one planting. Whether you're checking on food plots or doing a little hunting this week, I hope you take time to enjoy creation, and as always, slow down and listen to what the Creator is saying to you. Thanks for watching GrowingDeer.tv.